दिया भाई ने तो अपन। क्या हम लाइव हैं? क्या हम लाइव है गाइस? आई वांट टू नो। तो अपन, क्या हम लाइव हैं? हाँ भाई, हम लाइव है। क्या हम लाइव है गाइस? आई वांट टू नो। सॉरी। थोड़ी खांसी हो गई है, बट चलेगा। तो आज का दिन बहुत ही ज्यादा स्पेशल है, बहुत ही ज्यादा। तो सबसे पहले भाई, सब राज्य खुशी, सब ठीक ठाक है? हाँ भाई, राम राम सबको। हर हर महादेव। तो आज का दिन बहुत ही स्पेशल होने वाला है, क्योंकि 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 मैं अपना एक बचपन का ड्रीम स्टार्ट करने वाला हूँ। यार मतलब मैं ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा, आई डोंट लाइक टू ब्रैग मच अबाउट इट, बट मैं हमेशा से ये जानना चाहता था कि जो हमारे स्क्रिप्चर्स हैं, जैसे रामायण हो गया, महाभारत हो गया, हमने ये टीवी सीरियल्स में देखे। हमने टीवी सीरियल्स में देखे मेन, तो हमें वहीं से पता चला कि भाई ये क्या चीज है। लेकिन मुझे रियल में जानना था कि जिसने, जैसे कहते कि भाई वाल्मीकि जी ने लिखा है, तो भाई उन्होंने किसी भाषा में लिखा होगा, संस्कृत में लिखा होगा। तो उन्होंने असली में क्या लिखा था, मुझे ये जानना है, क्योंकि टीवी पे तो इंटरप्रिटेशन हो जाता है। और इतनी बड़ी बुक लिखना, मतलब उसके ऊपर कमेंट्री लिखना किसी के बस की बात है नहीं। मैंने अभी भी सर्च किया, इम्पॉसिबल। मतलब लोगों ने इतनी छोटी छोटी रामायण करके लिखी हुई है, लाइक 1,000 पेजेस की। मतलब मैं कह रहा हूँ यार, तुम्हारे तो मतलब किसी के बस का नहीं है उसको शॉर्ट में लिखना, क्योंकि वो इतना इतना बड़ा है, वो उसमें इतने सारे पार्ट है, इतना कुछ डिटेल्ड में लिखा हुआ है कि इट्स लिटरली इम्पॉसिबल टू पुट अ कमेंट्री ऑन इट एज अ होल। ठीक है। तो मेरे को ये हमेशा से क्यूरियोसिटी थी कि भाई असली में क्या लिखा है, मुझे वो बता दो एक बार, है ना। तो वो क्यूरियोसिटी, एक यूट्यूब पे चैनल है द संस्कृत चैनल, उन्होंने दूर करी कब, जब उन्होंने सुंदरकांड, सिर्फ सुंदरकांड रामायण का ट्रांसलेट किया वर्ड टू वर्ड फ्रॉम इंग्लिश, फ्रॉम संस्कृत टू इंग्लिश। भाई वो 11 घंटे की वीडियो है यूट्यूब पे। मैंने वो नॉन स्टॉप देखी थी। मतलब मैं ऐसा डूब गया था उस चीज में, क्योंकि वो मेरा ड्रीम था कि मैं असली में जानना चाहता हूँ कि लिखा क्या है ना। वो क्यूरियोसिटी, मुझे नहीं पता आप लोगों में से किस किस को है, किसको नहीं है, बट मुझे तो बहुत ज्यादा थी। मुझे समझ नहीं आता था कि मैं कैसे पता करूं कि वो लिखा क्या है, असली में क्या हुआ था। मुझे असली के डायलॉग सुनने थे। तो वो उन्होंने क्यूरियोसिटी शांत की मेरी, जो उन्होंने द संस्कृत चैनल ने स्टार्ट करा। फिर मुझे लगा कि भाई आज पता नहीं कैसे, मैं सुबह से मेरा मन था कि यार मैं ढूंढूं, क्योंकि मैंने एवरन का सब्सक्रिप्शन लिया हुआ है, तो मैं बुक ढूंढ रहा था, कोई बढ़िया सी बुक। और जो जो मुझे इंटरेस्टेड बुक लगी वो मैं ऑलरेडी लाइक इस चैनल पे पढ़ चुका हूँ, बहुत सारी बुक या सुन चुका हूँ। तो मुझे फिर उसके अलावा कुछ मिल नहीं रहा था, मैं 2 दिन से ढूंढ रहा था कि यार मैं क्या पढूं, क्या पढूं। देन आई सडनली फाउंड दिस पेज, जिसके ऊपर पूरी रामायण, लाइक स्टार्टिंग से स्टार्टिंग से उन्होंने बाय संस्कृत के श्लोक, और उसके नीचे इंग्लिश में लिखा हुआ है, अंग्रेजी में, कि वो क्या कह रहा है। तो भाई इट वाज लाइक अ ड्रीम कम ट्रू। और भी जगह मिली मुझे, बट ये मुझे बहुत जेन्युइन लगी, ऑथेंटिक लगी। तो आई थॉट लेट्स डू दिस। सो ये सीरीज तो बहुत लंबी होने वाली है। आई एम नॉट श्योर कि क्या होगा, कितना टाइम तक मैं पढ़ पाऊंगा, क्योंकि ये तो बहुत ही लंबी सीरीज होने वाली है अगर मैं ये कंप्लीट करता हूँ तो। बट आई रियली वांट टू कंप्लीट इट। तो लेट्स सी हम क्या कर पाते हैं। भगवान ने कितनी दया करी है हम पे, कितना आशीर्वाद दिया है, हम देखते हैं। बाद में क्या, लेट्स सी हम कहाँ तक पहुंचते हैं। लेकिन मेरा बहुत मन है, मैं अगर ना रुकूं तो भी थोड़ी दिक्कत है, मेरे को अपने आप को रोकना पड़ेगा। क्योंकि पिछली बार जब मैं पढ़ने बैठा था, तो मुझे पता है मैंने क्या करा था। बिना खाए पिए 11 घंटे बैठा रहा था मैं स्क्रीन के आगे, और पढ़ता रहा था उससे पानी पी पी के, कि भाई पढ़ो पढ़ो पढ़ो, इतनी क्यूरियोसिटी हो रही थी। तो अभी तो ऐसा नहीं करूंगा मैं, क्योंकि अभी तो मैं लाइव जा रहा हूँ, तो थोड़ी सभ्य तरीके से पढ़ने की कोशिश करूंगा। तब तो मैं बुरी तरीके से पढ़ रहा था। बात जय श्री राम, स्टार्ट करते हैं। हर हर महादेव। स्टार्ट रीडिंग दी, स्टार्टिंग से पढ़ेंगे, बिल्कुल स्टार्टिंग से, लाइक बिल्कुल बेसिक से। बच्चों की तरह जैसे कहानियां नहीं सुनते, तो वैसी कहानी है, बट प्योर कहानी है। कोई डाइल्यूशन नहीं है, कोई कंसंट्रेशन नहीं है, प्योर 24 कैरेट का खरा सोना। सोना तो यार छोटी चीज है, बट सोने से बहुत बढ़कर है ये। बट मैं लोगों से भी यही कहना चाहूंगा कि भाई तुम लोग राम जी को पूछते हो, एक बार राम जी को जान भी लो उनकी भाषा में, कि वो कौन थे असली में, जानो उन्हें। सिर्फ मंदिर जाने से, मंदिर भी जाना चाहिए, मैं भी मंदिर जाता हूँ, मैं भी जाता हूँ मंदिर, है ऐसे नहीं है मंदिर नहीं जाता, लेकिन क्या मैं आज से पहले राम जी को जानता नहीं था? ऑफ कोर्स जानता था। जैसे आप लोग जानते हो वैसे मैं भी जानता था, बट मेरे को क्यूरियोसिटी थी कि भाई लेट्स सी हु राम इज। एंड मैं बता रहा हूँ तुम्हारे, अगर तुमने ये दिल से पढ़ ली तो भाई, तो मतलब मैंने मैंने सुंदरकांड पढ़ा है, तो मैं बता सकता हूँ कि तुम्हें वो क्या फीलिंग होती है जब तुम वो पढ़ रहे होते हो, और हर एक किसी का कैरेक्टराइजेशन, प्ले, उनके डायलॉग्स दिखते हैं तुम्हारे सामने, तो तुम्हें एक अलग दुनिया में चले जाते हो भाई। वो एक अलग डिवाइन सेंस है, मैं बता रहा हूँ। अगर तुमने मन लगा के पढ़ लिया तो मतलब क्या बोलूं मैं, वो तो रामत पे हो जाएगा फिर। तो थोड़ा ना कंट्रोल करते हैं भावनाओं को, एक्साइटेड थोड़ा कम होते हैं, कैमरे पे कम दिखाते हैं, अंदर चलने देते हैं जितनी एक्साइटमेंट चल रही है, स्थिर प्रज्ञ रख के पढ़ना स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो वी आर स्टार्टिंग फाइनली द रामायण, संस्कृत टू इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन, रिटन बाय वाल्मीकि जी। ठीक है, तो लेट मी जस्ट शेयर द स्क्रीन। म्यूजिक म्यूजिक कुछ नहीं चलेगा गाइस, इट्स प्योर डिवाइन। तो वी विल स्टार्ट रीडिंग। हालांकि मैं फोन से पढ़ रहा हूँ तो और मैं थोड़ा दूर भी बैठा हुआ हूँ, तो आई एम नॉट श्योर कितना क्लियर आएगा, बट लेट्स सी कितना क्लियर आता है। तो हम यहाँ शेयर स्क्रीन कर देते हैं। नाउ इट्स sharing my screen. Now let's go to the Sundarkand path. ओए, ब्रेव कहाँ चला गया? अच्छा ब्रेव, यहाँ ब्रेव मुझे लाइव करने चला गया था। सॉरी गाइस, कहाँ है? अच्छा, अबे रुक जा, अबे रुक जा, तू कुछ मत जान। ओह शिट, अच्छा मुझे ब्रेव की उस पे जाना है। अच्छा ब्रेव का टैब ये रहा। Here is the रामायण। ठीक है, वाल्मीकि रामायण है, और ये बालकांड है, बालकांड। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। ज्यादा टाइम वेस्ट नहीं वेस्ट करूंगा मैं तुम लोगों का। 2 मिनट बैठने का थोड़ा सीन कर लेता हूँ ताकि मैं बैठ सकूं आराम से, एंड देन वी विल स्टार्ट रीडिंग दिस सेशन। यार क्योंकि फोन है ना, तो थोड़ा छोटा छोटा दिखा है। बुक में एवर एंड के अंदर दूसरा सेटअप था, तो मुझे दिख रहा था, बट आई गेस यहाँ पे भी हम थोड़ा एडजस्ट कर लेंगे। तो लेट्स से ये डेस्कटॉप मोड ही रखते हैं इसको, हाँ ऐसे ही रखते हैं। ये ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल है सबके लिए फ्री में, तो कोई टेंशन नहीं है। तो इट स्टार्ट विद जय श्री राम। Divine sage Narad arrived at the hermitage of Sage Valmiki in order to enlighten him and keep him informed of his duty to author the epic poem Ramayana. In the dialogue between these two sages, Valmiki elicits from Narad about virtues, virtuous person on earth, namely Rama. In this opening chapter, while eulogizing Rama, Narad gave an outline of Ramayana, truly highlighting those aspects that are keystone in the epic, like virtue, virtuosity, generosity, morality, chastity, and the like. Valmiki Ramayana is said to have been composed based on each of the 24 letters of Gayatri hymn, and 1,000 verses are arranged into one book under the caption of each letter. Though that classification or dividing verse into 1,000 chapters is unavailable now, the 24 verses identified in the 24 letters of Gayatri Hum called Gayatri Ramayan is available and is given at the end note of this page. मतलब तुम समझ रहे हो कि 24 गायत्री 24 लेटर जो गायत्री हिम के हैं उन्होंने पूरी रामायण एक्सप्लेन कर दी है उसके अंदर। मैं तुम्हें दिखाता हूँ वो क्या कहना चाह रहा है ना। यहाँ से देखो, अब तुम सिर्फ पहला पढ़ना, पहला शब्द। तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम, है ना, भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। हाँ, इसके अंदर पूरी रामायण लिख दी है उन्होंने। अब वो कह रहे हैं ऐसे 1000 वर्ड्स और थे, मतलब 1000 हर शब्द से 24 लेटर्स के हर लेटर से 1000 वर्ड्स लिखे गए थे जो अभी अनअवेलेबल है। तो ये था कि सिर्फ 24 लेटर से पूरी रामायण उन्होंने नीचे एक्सप्लेन कर दी है। एंड इन फिर यहीं से स्टार्ट करते हैं हम। 24 letters of Gayatri Hum called Gayatri Ramayana is available and it is given at the end note of this page. In tune with the scene of Gayatri, Ramayana start the first verse with the letter Ta, an auspicious letter. ठीक है, ये संस्कृत में श्लोक है, फिर हम इंग्लिश में पढ़ते हैं, सुनोगे? तो ये कह रहा है, The aesthetic Valmiki inquired Narada, who engaged deeply in austerities and the study of Vedas, best among the eloquent and eminent among sages. The epic start with the word auspicious word ta, as said in, भाई ये नहीं पढ़ पाऊंगा मैं, सॉरी। फिर दूसरा श्लोक कहता है, who really is that person in this present world who is virtuous and vigorous, a conscientious one, one who is mindful of good deeds done to him, and also a speaker of truth who is determined in his deed. भाई मैं बता रहा हूँ बहुत दिमाग चाहिए इतना तरीके से लिखने के लिए। दोबारा पढ़ो, वन हु इज माइंडफुल, यहां से ये कह रहा हूं मैं, वन हु इज माइंडफुल ऑफ गुड डीड्स डन टू हिम। तुम्हारे साथ जो अच्छा हुआ है वो जो याद रखे, क्योंकि ये कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है कि तुम्हारे साथ अगर कुछ अच्छा हुआ है तो वो तुम याद रखते हो। लोग बुरी चीजें याद रखते हैं कि उसने मुझसे ऐसा कहा था। ठीक है, तो ये देख रहे हो, मतलब यहाँ से स्टार्ट हो गई है रामायण। अब ये संस्कृत में है और इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट हो रही है, तो हल्के में मत लेना। अब ये बहुत डीप चीजें हैं, हर एक लाइन का एक बहुत बहुत साइकोलॉजिकल, फिजियोलॉजिकल, पता नहीं कौन कौन सा मीनिंग है इनका। ठीक है, वन हु इज माइंडफुल ऑफ गुड डीड्स डन टू हिम एंड ऑल्सो अ स्पीकर ऑफ ट्रूथ एंड हु इज डिटरमाइंड इन हिज डीड्स। नेक्स्ट, who is appropriate in disposition, who is interested in welfare of all beings, who is adept and also an able one, also uniquely pleasant to look at. ये फिर उन्होंने थोड़ा एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया है उसका, बट हाँ, वी आर रीडिंग जस्ट द रामायण। ये वाल्मीकि जी पूछ रहे हैं नारद जी से, हु इज द सेल्फ कंपोज्ड वन हु कंट्रोल्ड his air and who is brilliant, non-jealous, and whom do even the gods fear when provoked to war. All this I wish to listen from you, O great sage. You are competent to know this kind of man, and indeed my inquisitiveness is immense. Thus Valmiki inquired with Narada. On listening all those words of Valmiki, Narada, the knower of all the three worlds, said, "Let it be heard," and beckoning at Sage Valmiki to listen attentively, he spoke these words very gladly. O sage Valmiki, the merits which you have extolled are many and unattainable. I, after having known from Brahma of such a man with all these merits, will speak on. Let it be heard. Thus Narada started to say. One emerged from Ishwaku dynasty, known to people as Rama by name. He is a controlled self, highly valorous, resplendent, steadfast, and a controller of his own sense. He is a wise one, moralist, eloquent, glorious, and a destroyer of enemy. His arms are lengthy with three lines in the neck, indicating of good fortune, and a cheekbone high. He is a lion chested with concealed collarbone, knee length are his arms, and his is a long bow, an enemy subjugator, and his emperor's countenance, countenance is with a crowning head and an ample forehead, and his gait is majestic like that of lion. He is built proportionality physical, with limbs poised symmetrical, sinew chested, wide eye, complexion charmly. He is a prosperous one, with all the auspicious feature. He is the knower of rectitude, bidden by the truth. Also, his concern is in the welfare of subject, proficient in prudence, clean in his conduct, self control, and an attentive one. He equals Lord Vishnu, the Lord of all creatures, sustainer of the universe, together with Sri Lakshmi, eliminator of enemies, protector of the world of living creatures, and complete guardian of probability. Probity. He is the preserver of his own righteousness and also a champion for adherent welfare in the same righteousness, and he is a scholar in the essence of Vedas and their ancillaries too. He is an expert in Dhanurved, the art of archery. He is the knower of meaning and the essence of all scriptures, excellent at memory, a brilliant one, and dear to all the world, gentle, level headed, and clear headed in discriminating and distinguishing. Like an ocean that is reached by the river, that reverential one too is always accessible and reachable by clean minded ones, and he treat all equally or even feast to eye or ever feast to eye. He who better the happiness of his mother Kaushalya is an abdominant of all noble merit, and his profundity he is like an unfathomable ocean, and by fortitude he is unalterable like a kingly Himalayan mountains. In valor, in valor, Rama is comparable to Vishnu, and in his look he is attractive like a moon. He equals the earth in his forgiveness, but he is matchable of world ending fire in his wrath. And in benevolence, he is identical to Kuber, god of wealth. And in his candor, he is like Dharma itself, the truth personified with none to rival him. Lord of land, King Dasharatha, with an intent of doing good to people, affectionately desired to endow with regenthood to the Rama, the eldest and a dear son of Dasharatha, and who possessed such merit with true valor, together with best of qualities and concerned for welfare of people. Then, seeing the arrangement of the anointment of Rama as crown prince, Kekai, the dear wife and a queen of Dashratha, solicited boons that were once accorded to her by Dashratha for the banishment of Rama and the anointment of Bharata as boon. Bound by his true pledged word and by the news of righteousness, the king Dashratha exiled his dear son Rama to forest. The warrior Rama went to forest for pleasing Kekai and as directed by his father and to follow his father's word of honor. While Rama was going to exile, Lakshmana, endowed with humbleness and augmentator of his mother Sumitra's joy, and loving a dear brother to Rama, followed him out of affection, showing brotherly fraternity. Even Sita, daughter-in-law of Dashratha and Rama's beloved life, equaling to Rama's life, ever well disposed, born in the family of Janaka, and one as though fashioned by divine marble, endowed with all good characters and the best among women, followed Ram to forest, like Rohini following the moon. The citizen of Ayodhya and his father Dasharatha followed virtuous Rama for a distance when he started on his exile. Later, Rama reached the tribal chief named Guha, who liked Rama on the bank of river Ganga in his town called Shrangaberapura. Together with Guha, Lakshman and Sita, he left off the charioteer. The trio of Sita, Rama, and Lakshmana, after going from forest to forest and crossing many rivers with much water by ordinance of Bharadwaja, arrived at Chitrakoot and building a handsome cottage there. They lived happily, delightfully in the woods there like God and Gandharvas. On Rama going to Chitrakuta, thus King Dasharatha, tormented by the grief for son, went to heaven weeping for his son. O Dasharath, on Dasharatha's dying, though Bharata had been appointed for kingship by sage Vasishtha and other Brahmins, that highly mighty one did not desire kingdom. That warrior Bharata went to forest to propitiate the venerable Rama. That Bharata, possessed of the worthy way of thinking to get Rama installed as king, on going to Rama, begged his brother Rama, a great souled one and a truly courageous one. Bharata spoke words in this manner to Rama: You alone, the knower of probability, be the king. Even though Rama was very benevolent, gracious also, highly famed, and with great prowess, Rama did not desire kingdom due to father's injunction. Thereafter, repeatedly turning Bharata back, the elder brother Rama gave his wooden shoes to Bharata and entrusting them to represent him for the sake of kingdom. That Bharata thus with a desire unfulfilled ruled the kingdom from Nandi Grama, touching Rama's sandal and representing feet of Rama with an exception with an expectation of Rama's arrival. On the departure of Bharata, that splendid Rama, truth bound and self control, anticipated the repeated visit of citizen and other people to be undisturbed. Rama then entered Dandaka forest. The lotus eye Rama, on his entering the vast Dandaka forest, killed the demon Viradha and indeed beheld sage Sarabhanga and also sage Sutikshna, sage Agastya, and likewise sage Agastya brother. On sage Agastya word Rama with great delight received from Agastya Indra's bow along with the sword and two quivers with ever replenishing arrows. During Rama's stay in the forest, all the sages, together with all other forest dwellers, approached him for elimination of orgies and demons. He, Rama, agreed to that supplication of those sages dwelling in the forest of demon. A promise was also made by Rama to the sages who equaled the fire and who were living in that Dandaka forest about killing of demons in combat. While Rama was living there in the Dandaka forest, a guise changing demoness named Supranakha, who was also resident of Janasthana, a portion of Dandaka forest, was disfigured by him. Then in the battle, Rama killed all demons who became zealous, zealously active, inciting by Surpagna's word, including the demon Khara, Trishara, Dusana, together with all of their foot soldiers. During Rama's stay in the forest, 14,000 demon inhabited of Janasthana became slain. Then, on hearing the slaughter of his kinsmen, Ravana convulsed in anger and sought to get the help of demon named Marich. But Marich restrained Ravana, telling him many times, O Ravana, rivalry with that formidable Rama is not appropriate for you. Then, disregarding Marich's word and impelled by his own faith, Ravana advanced to the place of Rama's hermitage along with Marich. After taking away of Rama and Lakshmana to a distance by trickster Marich, Ravana stole Rama's wife after killing Jatayu. Raghava, on seeing the smitten Jatayu and also on hearing about Sita abduction, wailed with disturbed sense, seething with anguish. Rama then cremated the vulture Jatayu with that stage of anguish, and while searching for Sita in the forest, he indeed saw a demon named Khabanda, deformed in his look and with terrible appearance. That Rama, with great arm, after slaying Khabanda, cremated him, and Khabanda obtained heaven. Before going to heaven, he spoke thus to Rama: O Raghava, you proceed to Sabri, a lady with righteous conduct, an expert in probity, and a devotee. That great Resplendent Rama, the son of Dasharatha, an annihilator of enemies, approached Sabri and was thoroughly honored by her. Rama was united indeed with the Vanara Hanuman on the bank of Lake Pampa, and upon the word of Hanumana, Rama met with Sugriva. The highly powerful Rama detailed from the beginning all that happened, and in particular the abduction of Sita to Sugriva and Hanuman also. The Vanara Sugriva, after listening to all that talk of Rama, made friendship with Ram delightedly with sacred fire as witness. Then, out of affection, an incident was related with regards to Sugriva enmity with Vali in its entirety by the Vanara king with grief to Rama. Then a solemn promise was made by Rama with regards to killing of Vali. In that regard, Vanara Sugriv also described Vali's strength. But Sugriva remained ever doubtful with respect to Raghava about Raghava's prowess. Sugriv showed Dhundabi, big and great mountain like dead body, to gain confidence in Rama. Vali had one time killed Dhundabi and kicked his body over long distance. Great armed and very powerful Rama, after seeing the bone of Dhundabi, smiled, and by the big toe of his foot threw it wholly for 10 yojana length. Bali was able to throw that body with the whole of his foot only up to 200 bow length, where the length of bow is set as 6 to 7 feet, but Rama could kick the heap to 10 yojana length, roughly 90 miles, only with a flip of his foot toe tip. But Sugriva continued his grumbling. In those days, this skeleton was filled with flesh and blood. Now it become weightless. Thus show me more of your strength. One yojana is an ancient measure for distance where the distance is covered in one yoking. Chambers Dictionary put up as 5 miles. It is agreeable for British Indian revenue measure. Traditionally, it is a four kosa. Sure. Then again, Rama ripped through seven massive sal tree with one great arrow, which not only went through the trees but also rent through a mountain and to the nethermost subterranean of earth in order to create a faith in the mind of Sugriva. Thereafter, great monkey king Sugriva, with gladdened heart by, by the act of Rama, proceeded to cave like Kishkinda, then along with Rama and with the confidence in Rama's strength. Then the best monkey Sugriva with a golden hue made a roaring sound. By that loud sound the king of monkey valley emerged out. Then after Tara Vaiva Vali permitting, Vali met with Sugriva in a combat, and Rama killed this Vali with a single arrow there. Then Raghava, after killing Vali in a combat, as per Sugriva plea, installs Sugriva alone as a king of Vanaras. The best among monkeys, Sugriva, after summoning all Vanaras, dispatched them in different direction, and to behold the daughter of Janaka. Sugriv was acclaimed to be a strict disciplinarian, and his order was inviolable by anyone. Even now, the proverbial saying exists that command by elders is to be followed like Sugriva's order. After that, the strong Hanumana, upon the word of vulture Sampati, who was elder brother of Jatayu, flew across the salty ocean 100 yojan in one breath. On reaching the city of Lanka ruled by Ravana, Hanuman saw Sita situated in Ashok garden and there and meditating on Rama alone. After delivering to Sita the mark of identification in the form of ring from Rama and also communicating Rama's disposition and consoling Videhi, Hanuman destroyed the welcome ark of Ashok garden. After killing five army chief and seven ministers' son and crushing the valiant Aksha, Hanuman got into state of captivity. Knowing himself to be free from captivity of a weapon, according to Brahma's boon, the valiant great monkey Hanumana endured those demons with self will, who tied his tail with rope with the intention of burning it. Thereafter, burning the city of Lanka while leaving from fire, the Sita of Mithili got back again to convey the pleasant news to Rama. This is the Sundarkand. Hanuman sees Ravana and others in the court, and as show of his strength, burned down Lanka, except the palace where Sita is stationed, only to prove that the riches and wealth enjoyed at the cost of other will burn down to ashes someday. Besides Vibhishna's palace, for Vibhishna is the adherence of Dharma. This episode is to relocate the false pride of Rama and as a symbolic suggestion that pomp and affluence without virtue are short lived. Approaching the great Rama and performing circumambulation around Rama, Hanuman, having an inestimable intelligence, submitted in essence thus seen Sita. Thereafter, Rama, along with Sugriva and other monkeys, went to the shore of great ocean and put the ocean god to turmoil with his arrow comparable to the sun. Rama became angry at the ocean for not yielding way to Langa. In order to make way through the ocean, Rama started depleting its water with arrows. The ocean god revealed himself, and upon his word, Nal built the bridge across the ocean. Nal, a Vanar engineer, had a boon from his mother. In his childhood, he used to throw playthings into water, wanting them to be float, but they were all submerged. His mother then gave a boon to him, saying that whatever article he throws in waters will float. May there be toys or stone or boulders. Here, the boon is taken advantage of, and a boulder bridge is built on ocean waters. Rama, having gone to the city of Lanka by that bridge, killing Ravana in battle, experienced great shame on getting Sita back. Thereafter, Rama spoke harshly to Sita in an assembly of people, being devoted to her husband, that Sita, intolerant of the harsh word of Rama, entered into burning fire. Then, upon the word of fire god, having known Sita to be sinless, Rama became extremely glad. Worshipped all by all gods, he became resplendent. By that accomplishment of great Raghava, the three worlds together with mobile and immobile beings, with the group of God and sages, become exultant. and enthroning Vibhishan as the chieftain of demon in Lanka, and with done deeds, Rama then rejoiced highly indeed, free from distress. After obtaining a boon from the gods, Rama raised up monkey from dead. He then traveled to Ayodhya by Pushpak aircraft surrounded by the good-hearted ones. Rama, with true valor on going to sage Bharadwaja hermitage, sent Hanumana to represent sent Hanumana to the presence of Bharata. Then, having boarded Pushpak aircraft again after leaving the hermitage of Bharadwaja and narrating past history to Sugriva and others about the event in the days of his exile in the forest while flying overhead of the very same place, Rama went to Nandigrama. That sinless Rama rejoined with all of his brothers in the village Nandigrama, removed his mated hair. Thus, he, on rejoining Sita and on discarding hermitage role, become a householder. He regained his kingdom also. When Rama is ruling, the world will be highly rejoiced and happy, satisfied and abundant, also very righteous, wholesome, disease free, and free from famine. Thus, Narada is foreseeing the future and telling Valmiki. While Rama is on the throne, men will not see the death of their children anywhere in their lifetime, and the ladies will remain husband, devoted, and unwidowed during their lifetime. In the kingdom of Rama, there will be no fear of his subject from wildfire, gale or from disease, and there will be no fear from hunger or thief, nor cattle will be drowned in flood water as well. Cities and states are will be replete with wealth and grain likewise. All his subject will be highly glad always, like in Kreta Yuga. Likewise, the highly illustrious Rama, having performed hundred of horses rituals and having donated plentiful gold and crores of cow and the wealth that cannot be counted to Brahmins and to scholars according to custom. In this world, Raghava will establish kingly dynasty in hundredfold and will be maintaining the four caste system, posting each in his own duty, may it be caste bound or provincial kingdom bound duty, in order to achieve perfect social harmony. Having served the kingdom for 10,000 years and another 1,000 years, that is, for a total of 11,000 years, Rama will go to the abode of Brahma. This Ramayana is holy, sin eradicating, merit endowing, and conformable with the teaching of Vedas. Whoever read this legend of Rama will be verily liberated of all sins. This Ramayana is a long, life giving narrative, a narrative by reading which, which a human will be blessed with son and grandsons, and after enjoying worldly comfort with attendants, will be adorned in heaven after demise. By reading this Ramayana, that person, if a Brahmana obtain excellency in speech, if a Kshatriya obtain land lordship, if a Vaishya attain profit in trade, and even if a Shudra attain excellence. Thus, Sage Narada gave a gist of Ramayana to the sage poet Valmiki. In the first chapter of Balakanda, the gist of Ramayana is embodied and is called Smakshiv Ramayana, also called Bal Ramayana. The youngster, the youngster are asked to recite these stanzas daily for longevity and perfect personality like that of Rama. The summarized stanza reflect here are from the main epic. A canto-wise summarian is as below. Valmiki composed Ramayana according to the letter of Gayatri hymn, and they are identified with the following verse in all canto. ठीक है, ये मैंने तुम्हें अभी पढ़ के बताया था, पढ़ के नहीं इन द सेंस वैसे बताया था। तो ये था पहला चैप्टर, ठीक है, चैप्टर 1। अब है चैप्टर 2। यहीं से स्टार्ट हुआ। अच्छा, चैप्टर 2 भी मैंने थोड़ा सा, ओए, चैप्टर 2 खोलना भाई। चैप्टर 2 क्यों नहीं खोल रहा है? यहाँ से खोलेगा क्या? कर दी गड़बड़। सॉरी गाइस। कॉपी पेस्ट, चल जा। हमें पढ़ना है बालकांड, सेकंड चैप्टर, चैप्टर 2। Sage Valmiki goes to the river Tamasa for a bath and sees a couple of birds, of which a hunter kills one. Valmiki unintentionally utter a poem which is rich in grammar and new in meter, of which he is very much confused as to why such a poem has come from his tongue. Brahma, the preceding deity of letter, appears and ordains Valmiki to author Ramayana, excellent epic of Rama, for which purpose alone he gave such divine meter and grammar to him. Then the great sage Valmiki, a skilled orator and a virtue minded one, having heard those words from Narada, worship him along with discipline or disciples. That divine sage Narada, being worshipped befittingly by Valmiki in that way, on seeking permission of Valmiki to leave, and having been permitted by Valmiki, went away heavenward. Then, on Narada's going to the world of God in a trice, that sage Valmiki went to the bank of Tamasa river, not far from Janvi river. Then that sage Valmiki, on reaching the shore of the clean Tamsa and on beholding a ford of that river, spoke to his disciple who was at his side. O Bharadwaja, behold this ford which is without dirt, with clear water and pleasant like virtuous man's mind. My dear, let the hand vessel Kamandalu be kept there. Let my bark garment be given to me. I will enter this best ford of Tamsa only. Thus, being said by the great souled Valmiki, Bharadwaja, who was obedient to his guru, gave the bark garment to the sage. The self-controlled sage Valmiki, on taking bark garment from his disciple's hand and looking in all direction, indeed moved away from that wide expanse of forest. Their holy sage Valmiki saw a couple of curlews in the vicinity of the river foreshore, flying there about in togetherness and cooing charmingly. A tribal hunter with evil intent and a respectable receptacle of enmity killed the male, one among the couple birds, while Valmiki was looking on. The wife was moving together with husband with a red crest and with joy, with good wings, always being united with that of male bird. On seeing that bird slain on ground, reeling with blood covered wings, really made wailing sound with piteous utterance on being separated from her husband. On seeing that bird felt that way by the tribal hunter, compassion occasioned in that saintly sage Valmiki. Then, on seeing the wailing female crunchy bird out of state of compassion and perceiving the killing of male bird as unjust, the sage uttered these sentences: O valiant hunter, by which reason you have killed one bird of the couple when it was infatuated by passion. For that reason you will never get a state of rest for everlasting years to come. For the endless years to come, O hunter, never shall thy soul find peace. This verse has many comports for which uh, O the adobe of goddess Lakshmi, namely Vishnu, by which the act of your killing one male demon named Ravana, who is in passion abducted Sita, and thus you eradicated the vice from earth. For that you get everlasting divine sanctity as Rama for ages to come. कोई नहीं नेक्स्ट नीचे ही है कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया ना इन्होंने बहुत बहुत सारी डिटेल दे दी है यहाँ पे कुछ एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं छोड़ो हम वर्स बाय वर्स करेंगे अच्छा उन्होंने मतलब मीनिंग्स दिए हुए हैं वर्ड की मीनिंग thus speaking and pondering in his heart he became thoughtful. What is this utterance by me in grief and anguish for this bird? The great wise one, who was an intellectual and the best among sages, on cogitating, made up his mind and also spoke these words to the disciple. While I was tormented by grief, there arose a sentence consisting of 4 verses, possessing meretically poised letters suitable to be played as song and string music, and that will be called shloka, not otherwise. This verse be uttered in 4 quarters, each quarter with equally poised 8 syllables. This is called Anustup meter in Sanskrit poetry. The 8 syllables are Mani, Shada, Par. Each quarter is a pada in Sanskrit, pada in Latin with 2 quarters and stanza. We will not go into technicality. Even the disciple happily receive what that is articulated by the saint, a unique articulation by which the saint too was delighted. Then the saint, on performing his bathing in that ford according to custom, and still thinking on the support of his utterance, he returned toward his hermitage. Then Bharadwaja, the obedient disciple and erudite scholar, for he heard that and learned many scripture by listening on, taking handy vessel full with water, followed at the behind of his mentor. He that knower of dharma, Valmiki have entered the threshold of the hermitage along with disciple, and having seated spoke about the day-to-day teaching and also other things, but he himself is preoccupied in cognition on the verse. Then the great resplendent, four-faced creator of 14 world, Almighty Brahma arrived there on his own to see that eminent saint Valmiki. Then the pious saint Valmiki is highly surprised on seeing Brahma and on quickly getting up from his seat with his palm adjourned humbly he stood aside as he spellbind. Valmiki uninterrupted ventured Brahma on inquiry into his well-being, washed his feet, drenched his thirst, seated him to rest, adored to at best with customarily obedience. Then God Brahma, who is seated on a high seat, a very highly worshipped by Valmiki, also beckoned at Valmiki to take seat. Even though Valmiki sat on his seat when duly permitted by Brahma and through grandparents of the grandparent of the worlds is manifestly sitting before him, but the same brooding on those happening occurred on that day, have revered on his mind, recurred on his mind. He, the tribal hunter who killed the cutely calling Kuruncha bird for no good reason than intended to capture the kill, is an evil souled one that caused hardship. Remaining in melancholic mood, Valmiki turned his mind to the depth of thinking and again thinking only on the Kurucha bird, he sung the same verse involuntarily. Then Brahma smilingly spoke to that eminent saint Valmiki, but what is that is composed is only verse, and there is no need to think through. O Brahma, that speech of yours sprang forth at my wish alone. Hence, O eminent sage, you shall render the length of Rama in its entirety. You shall narrate the length of Rama, the virtuous, intellectual, and intrepid one, and a godlike person in this world, as well as you have heard it from sage Narada. The adventure of Valrus Ram, along with Lakshmana, and the misadventure of demon, known or unknown in every detail, and give the plight of Videhi, which is either revealed or unrevealed so far. Whatever legend that has happened, all that will also be known to you, even if it were to be unknown as yet. You shall verify the heart pleasing and merit yielding legend of Rama, not not a single word of yours will not be false in this epic. As long as the mountain and even river flourish on the surface of the earth, as long as the legend of Ramayana will flourish in this world, as long as Ramayana legend authored by you flourish, till then you will flourish in heavenly, in netherworld, and even in my adobe, namely adobe of Brahma. On saying thus, the divinity Brahma vanished then and there only. And then that godly sage Valmiki came by astonishment along with his disciple. Then all the disciple of Valmiki sang this verse time and again very de- delightedly, and much astonished. They also recited this verse reciprocally. Equally lettered, four-footed in that verse, when great sage Valmiki articulated it, and very repetitively recited by one and all, it attained prominence as verse proper. Born in an intuition in that great sage and contemplated soul asserted that I will compose entire Ramana, the epic, in such like verse. That celebrated sage and magnanimous seer Valmiki then authored the highly renowned Ramayana, Rama legend extolling Rama's renown and with symmetrically worded verse, and the word versified to yield meaning semantically prosody, free flowing, and with hundred of such verses. That epic contains uncomplicated compound conjunction and conjugations and has expressive sentence that are like knit and led evenly and sweetly, and the legend pertains to the best one from Raghava's dynasty, namely Rama, which also include the extermination of 10-headed evil named Ravana. And further, it is said by the sage, hence this may now be listened. This is the second chapter of Bal Khanda, the first epic poem of India. तो भाई आज के लिए इतना बहुत है. बताओ कहाँ हैं हम लोग. आज के लिए इतना बहुत है. लाइट ऑन कर देता हूँ मैं एक सेकेंड. हमने 2 चैप्टर पढ़ लिया है. 2 चैप्टर पढ़ लिया हमने है. चलो और चैप्टर पढ़ते हैं. मे भी थोड़ी देर में आता हूँ मैं. ठीक है. आई शुड स्टॉप शेयरिंग माय स्क्रीन. सो लेट्स मतलब भाई, हाउ डिड यू फील इट. मजा आया. मुझे तो काफी आया. आई एम रियली नॉट श्योर कि कितना मजा और आने वाला है, बट इट वाज डिवाइन फॉर मी. सो लेट्स एंड दिस. मेरे फोन में शायद कोई दिक्कत आ रही है, बार बार मीटिंग एंड करने को कह रहा है. चलो फिर मिलते हैं थोड़ी देर में. मे बी मैं अभी आ जाऊं थोड़ी देर में पढ़ने के लिए इसे. But let's end the session. It's been 1 hour. That's